where it will end. It will end with them apologizing, saying they didn't know, they made a mistake. Over time, resentment will come in, and that relationship cannot be salvaged anymore. So do something. Be a person who is of your word. You promise to do something, do it. And if you say you will stop doing certain things, stop. Because really, there is no counseling, there is nothing. It is a personal thing. We choose. We choose to be responsible. We choose to be honest. We choose to be loving. We choose to be in these relationships. If you still want it, work towards keeping it. But if you don't, then I don't blame you. You can go on and have your cake and eat it too. To me, if you've had the same argument with your partner so many times that you could recite their times before they said them, well, that to me sounds like resentment knocking. It's resentment really knocking, but you're not paying attention. How to deal with resentment is what we are going to talk about now. Listen without defending. That is one sure way of dealing with resentment. You learn to listen without defending yourself. Don't argue her feelings, validate them. If she says, I really feel neglected, don't be like, but why would you feel neglected? I buy the food, I pay the rent, I'm paying the school fees, I'm doing this and the other. Why would you feel neglected? I thought I was taking good care of you. Don't argue her feelings. Validate them. Tell her, I understand you feel like that, but I'm sorry. I hope I can do better next time. Try. In Uganda, we have something we call okweguya. Okweguyangana. Like, you feel for me, I feel for you. It's tit for tat. When we lose that and we are not in touch with each other, where I really don't care how you feel and you don't care how I feel, guess what we have? It's nothing. And our relationship will not stand. Many relationships are failing because we are not playing our part as the parties to these relationships. But if we were, it would be a different story. How to heal from resentment is something else that we are going to talk about. How do you heal from resentment? Fine, you've realized that, you know what? This is starting to fail. How do you heal? If you're the girl that has been, feeling all this, you feel like you can't, this person has hurt you so much, it's enough, you've given so much and received so little. How do you heal from that? Listen without defending. We said, don't argue with her feelings, validate them. That is one of them. Make visible effort. You said you would change. Change. Try and change. You said you would do something. Do it. You said you'll be more helpful next time. Now that you know, try and be that. Don't be all talk and no action. Some consistent changes matter. Small consistent changes matter more than one big gesture. Like we talk about you not cleaning after yourself, and then after we've had the argument, you clean after yourself, and the next week you've forgotten about it and gone back to your being a messy person. Or you notice what I've done today, and then the next time when I do something, you don't seem to even know I'm there. Later on, I did something. When I give a suggestion, you dismiss it. Try. Don't do it in one go where today you're appreciating everything, praising me, showering me with flowers. That doesn't really work so well. It is better when you do small ones, but progressively, as opposed to one big bang one, and then that's it. Rebalance the load. Remember when we talked about overloading? When she feels overloaded, rebalance the load. Share physical and emotional responsibilities. Physical and emotional responsibilities. Say like in a setting where there are kids involved. If you're lucky and there is no kids in the picture, I don't know whether there's anyone who is listening in that is at that level where there's no kids in the picture. If there is no kids in the picture, then, uh, you know, more share physical and emotional responsibilities. When I say physical, if you come back from work and find, like, I'm supposed to do laundry on a Saturday and you're there, help me wash. We connect with you guys when you help us. We connect on a deeper level, and this is just a hack for anyone that is taking to the bank. We connect to you more when you help us, because it's not expected. When it does happen, trust me, it changes up on things. So like, I'm in the kitchen cooking and you just come and stay there with me. I'm cleaning and you help tidy. It's not much. And I don't know our mentalities as Africans, where we think if you help a woman, then you're belittled, you're not a man enough. It doesn't work like that. These people, the Europeans or the whites, people in the Western countries, look at it different, and their relationships are different. I'm not saying they don't divorce. I'm not saying they don't resent each other, but they have an understanding that much as I'm at home, I mean, there are men who are being house husbands, full-time house dad or housewives. There are those people, different people doing different things, but the not regarding each other is what causes problems. Now, if, for example, we are in a relationship, you found when I washed clothes, it doesn't take anything from you if you help get them off the line. It really doesn't. That is one way we connect. If there are kids involved and they are really young and need extra help, guys, those of you who have kids, you know how much work is involved in children. Having to wash them, cook for them, feeding time is another one. Everything is too much the moment there are kids involved. Now, if the man comes in and is like, what are they left to do? It's time to eat, I'll serve, and then serves them or helps feed. Have you seen these men who walk around in supermarkets, who walk around with children? They get more attention from the female gender. Why? Because it's attractive to see that. And yet you men think if you come in all macho, buying food, anyone can buy food, paying bills, anyone can pay for the bills. Besides, you live in the same house and you're going to use up those bills. I mean, if you're paying for water, you're going to use it as well. So don't think much of it. Consider it as a partnership where you're helping yourself as I help you, or you're helping me as I help you, But if we take it as I pay the bills, I pay rent, why should I do anything else? Well, that's not it, my dear. You live in the same house. And if you're saying I pay school fees for our kids, they are our kids, not my kids. And when it comes to celebrate them, we'll all celebrate them. So guess what? Here is where we hang in the towels and just choose to make this work. Whether it's boyfriend and girlfriend, whether it's partners, whether it's a couple married. If you take the back seat as the man, come in. I know of a gentleman who used to come home. I mean, he was our friend and his job was to manage real estate. Now, we met his wife sometime. How we got to know him was he was dealing in property and he managed to get my sister someplace. Now, for us, when we are with him, we would sit and talk and he would laugh. I mean, he would talk on top of his voice and brag about how his wife doesn't even know his voice. That his wife has never had her laugh. I found that to be absurd. Why? Because how is it you've been with this woman? She has your kids and these kids are school going and she doesn't even know you can laugh. And I told him, how do you do it? I asked him, how do you do it? He said, when I get home, I have a corner where I sit and the moment I get home, she knows she needs to put water for me in the bathroom. I come in, go in and wash. And after I've washed, I get in, come and sit. She gives me my newspapers. And he says there's a table there with newspapers. Sometimes he just sits and reads newspapers of so much last year or 3 years ago, because he didn't buy newspapers there's no way a newspaper would appear from nowhere. So he would sit in a corner and just read old newspapers while the kids are with their mom, chatting, talking, whispering. You know the danger in that. You are not connecting with this person. Once the kids are out of the house, you cannot live with her anymore, because what is hiding is uh, is between you is she is pretending, or she is hiding her pain in these kids, trying to clean up, cook, wash. The moment she leaves, the kids leave the nest. We call it leaving the nest when they go off to university. Oh my goodness. You cannot stand her. She cannot stand you, because that was her scapegoat. That is where she used to go and be safe and be herself and be sane, while you come home and brag, sit in that chair. And I know of another gentleman who would go up on his balcony. He's got a storied house. So he sits on the balcony and reads newspapers. I don't know what men have with newspapers, like they can't read them away from home and come home to love, to home. I'm thinking home should be this place where you can come and be yourself. I know of a gentleman who used to love to stay in his boxers. So he never wanted visitors coming, because that was his kingdom where he was reigning. And he was reigning as long as he was free to be himself. And that is what he had made his home. So what we make our home is what it will be. If you're going to create an environment where you're free, you can laugh. There is nothing that can be reduced or removed from you as a man if you laugh with your family. If your wife gets to see you laugh and smile and talk on top of your voice. Most men are themselves when they go out to garages, when they go off to the car washes. Some men during the lockdown would sit on Ludo tables and just play Ludo and just laugh and be men. And to some extent, when I see that, I feel pain. Why? There are times I see men laughing and I really feel sad. Why? Because they are not getting it at home. They've created a place at home where they are somebody else. And when they are with fellow men at work, that is when they are themselves. That is sad. You're not going to grow old at that place of work. When you fall sick, your wife won't even know you smile and talk and laugh. So you want it to be real, keep it real. If you're a person who loves jokes, joke with your kids, joke with your wife, joke with your partner, joke with your girlfriend if you want things to, liven up. We all connect with real people. A person who is pretentious, you can never connect with. I mean, if I pretend all the time you come around me, I'm all smiles. If I see someone like that, I know they're up to something. They are fishy, because no one is like that. It can't be Christmas throughout the year. Sometimes it's Christmas, but sometimes it's January. If those of you are in Uganda, you know what I mean when I say January, where it is hot, and they say it is hot, it shines even in our pockets, and there's not much money to spend around. So guys, be real. Let's create homes that are good for us, that we can also take pride in living or being in years to come. Many times we've created homes where we can't even go to. In the lockdown, I keep on giving examples of the lockdown because I saw things that I had never seen before. Men who don't know how to relate with their partners or with their wives or children at home, and they had nowhere to go. And as